Easton's news program. We're going to kick off today's scoop with a recap from the school committee meeting from October 8th. They had a full agenda to discuss some important topics, starting with approving some field trips and events by the robotics team over at Oliver Ames. The discussion then moved into funding and space concerns with the robotics team and the cost to enter events. Those costs are in the ballpark of $5,000 per event and can increase with each one as they win and move forward. They had a very full agenda. As you can see, it is listed here up on your screen. And we have a video discussing the Oliver Ames robotics team and the need for funding and space issues.
An age when we're talking STEM and STEAM, and that's the key word these days. I think this robotics team is extremely important to Oliver Ames. We've got a really driven group of young men and women that are working really hard and, really representing Oliver Ames and Easton all over New England. And it's really impressive what these kids are doing. And so I ask for your continued support of this group because they're doing amazing things with robotics that isn't currently offered in the curriculum. We hope someday it will be. They also struggle with funding and space issues. Some of you may know their space is right now at Richardson Olmsted, and they've been
All right, so one topic that was also discussed and brought forward by Chair Fred Islieb was a school attendance study in relation to the newly implemented removal of the religious holidays from the school calendar. He wanted to take a look at what the numbers represented during those times for attendance and saw a 3 to 4% decrease in attendance during those days. Dr. Keogh then echoed that statement and saw no change in attendance from a staffing level. The school committee then moved forward to presentations from Principals Wes Paul, Luke Carroll, and Deborah Hammett that included MCAS scores along with class size concerns. According to Dr. Keogh, class size does impede students who are struggling or have been flagged as needs improvement. Here is Oliver Ames Principal Wes Paul discussing concerns over class size.
Dr. Keogh would agree with me and Dr. Cabral that if we could, from the middle school through the high school, have smaller class sizes within math and English so that more not one-on-one, but again, for those of you who've taught and presented, when you're teaching a classroom of 20 kids or 22 kids or 18 kids, it's a much different experience than when you're teaching a class of 28. If we could consistently have some smaller class sizes, I think you would see some of that students in the needs improvement into proficient or proficient into advanced increase.
Also, with the buzz of a statewide implementation of later start times for schools across the Commonwealth, Dr. Keogh would like to form a subcommittee made up of admins across all levels in the school departments, directors of operation, athletic director, community representatives, somebody from Maplewood, the YMCA, and the like, and a member or two from the school committee, in order to discuss how Easton can begin a study to recommend a later start time for those in middle and high school. The American Academy of Pediatrics believes that delaying start times of schools so students could receive at least 8.5 to 9.5 hours of sleep would positively affect the physical and mental health, safety, and academic performances in students. According to Start School Later Massachusetts, several schools across the state have already implemented a later start time, including schools in Arlington, Duxbury, Eastham, Hingham, Marblehead, Marlborough, Medway, Sharon, and Canton Public Schools. Here's a video of Dr. Keogh discussing a late class start.
Back up a second is just maybe higher level what you're really driving at here. When you talk about start time change, what does that mean? Does that mean we push everything back?
Well, that's what this committee would need to decide. But the research is clear that the model that exists across the country, that's quickly changing, if you ask me, where the secondary students start earliest and the elementary students start latest, is backwards in terms of brain development. Adolescents actually are the ones, because of where they are in their development, who need the sleep in the morning, and it's the younger kids who are more alert early. So
If you would like to watch more on those topics from the school committee, which was on October 8th, you can go to our website, which is www.eastoncat.org, and you can find it there. All right, so moving on to all of our Ames sports. OA has held steady at first place in the Davenport League. Some of the teams currently holding first place are the boys and girls soccer team, the golf team, the girls field hockey, and the boys cross country team. The girls cross country is holding tight in second place. And as always, if you'd like more information to find stats and schedules, rankings, and highlights of the week, you can go to hockomocksports.org, which is listed here on your screen for the most up-to-date information. I would also like to mention that the girls field hockey game against Mansfield is now available on our website. Again, that is eastoncat.org. Okay, so moving on, FEE, which is the Foundation for Excellence in Education in Easton, is hosting their 8th annual volleyball tournament. It will be held on November 20th at the high school. All proceeds will be donated to Science from Scientists program at Easton Middle School. The Science from Scientists is designed to improve the attitudes and aptitudes of the 4th through 8th graders in STEM. Scientists visit EMS and conduct lessons in various STEM topics ranging from chemistry to earth life sciences to engineering. Scientists also conduct professional development with all the EMS teachers, which means these lessons will be taught to Easton students for years to come. The 2014 tournament raised over $12,000 for Easton students in their schools. And if you need more information, you can go to their website, which is www.feeonline.org. All right, so moving on to Town Hall, there are quite a few meetings taking place this week. Yesterday was the Easton Agricultural Commission, the Human Resources Board, the Easton Historical Commission, and the Capital Planning meeting. You can go to the town's website and check out their agendas and what they talked about. Tonight, Wednesday, October 14th, is the Budget Subcommittee meeting where they'll be discussing school and town funding priorities and review the proposed fund balance. Also discussing the draft of the special town meeting warrants and voting on the recommendation of the audit proposal. Another important meeting tonight is the Planning and Zoning Board and Finance Committee. Again, you can check out the agendas at their town website. Tomorrow, Thursday, October 15th, the Council on Aging will be meeting, as will the Special Act Charter and the Board of Selectmen. All right, so the Board of Selectmen would also like to inform the public that they are hosting 3 public forums where the proposed charter will be presented. Members of the Special Act Charter Committee will be present to provide information and answer any questions. You can see all the dates and times that are listed here, and if you'd like to participate. All right, so we have a seasonal flu clinic coming up held for Easton residents. You can see the dates and times here along with the location. An injectable vaccine is available for individuals 3 years of age and older. A limited number of doses of flu mist will be available on a first-come, first-served basis for children aged 2 to 18. If you have any questions, you can call the Board of Health over at 508-230-0620. All right, so the Commission for Community Preservation is accepting applications for eligibility for next year's round of Preservation Act funding. That is for fiscal year 2017. You can go to the town's website to download the application and read the guidelines. All right. So the DPW would like to remind residents that they are accepting applications for snowplow drivers for the 2015 and 16 winter season. You can either pick up those applications at the DPW, which is located on Center Street, or download the form on the town's website, which is easton.ma.us. Also, more news from the Water Division of the DPW. They will be conducting their annual fall system flushing beginning October 13th and continuing on for 2 more weeks. This will ensure the continued quality of our drinking water. So if you have any questions, you can call them over at 508-230-0850. All right. So with the holidays quickly approaching, a friendly reminder to the community that the Easton Food Pantry is always in need of non-perishable food items or cash donations. With your cash donation, they can be purchased. They can purchase fresh produce at large discounts to offer free locally grown fresh fruits and vegetables for those in need. All right, so a look ahead for the next following days. The NRT is hosting another Science and Discovery outing. That's from 5:30 to 7 o'clock p.m. over at the Carriage House. The theme tomorrow night is Spooktacular Science, and space is limited to 25 people. The cost per family is $5 for members and $10 for non-members. If you'd like more info, you can go to their website, which is nrtofeaston.org. And then 2 events that are happening on Saturday is the DJ Dream Fun 5K, 10K. That'll be held at Parkview Elementary. And, of course, the annual Easton Lions Club Build a Scarecrow event, which is held at the Yardley Rink at Center School. That's from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. It's always a fun event for the kids. And then also coming up this weekend on Saturday the 17th, is the Immaculate Conception Church is hosting an electronic and appliance recycle day from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. You can bring in some of the items that are listed here and so much more. If you have any questions, you can contact Dennis Wood. His phone number is 508-277-7513. Lots of things to clean out for getting ready to make room for winter, I guess. And then we have a save the date, November 7th for the Shoveltown Music Festival. That's going to be at 7 p.m. at the VFW right here in Easton on Rockland Street. Proceeds will be donated to the Wounded Warrior Project and to the Easton Wings of Hope. 3 bands will be playing that night. Lots of great food from local restaurants will be served. Wristbands are $25 in advance or $30 at the door. If you have any questions, you can go to their Facebook page and search for the Shoveltown Music Festival or email them at shoveltownmusicfestival@gmail.com. All right, so before we say goodnight, ECAT is in the process of producing an introduction to Easton's government program. This will include a few segments of questions and answers about our local government. So stay tuned for that. We hope to have it ready by next week. That should do it for today's Shoveltown Scoop, and we'll catch you next week on everything at Easton. Good night.